Hello, welcome to Wednesday. Make sure that everything run properly. Well, maybe we will get a bounce. I have not even looked at the pre-market information to see if it's going to be a bounce today, but we'll see. I did not look at the market after 4 p.m. yesterday. It was one of those days where it was ugly. I did some small buying, closing 5 of my 6 short position, and did a small amount of buying, mostly in big pharma and small biotech. Outside of that, I did running properly. Not that I expect anyone to be in the chat room. It is super rare for anyone to be in there, but at least I have it open in case someone pop in and ask any kind of questions, and hopefully I will see it if they do. All right, let's get right into it. First of all, TLT came right into the zone. All right, and look like at least pre-market look like we're gonna get a little bounce, but it is where it is. Not a surprise, right? I for those that have been with me for at least 3 months and those that have been with me for over a year or 2 years, you know the zone is where you want to buy. To sell uh, put spread, that's one thing I did do yesterday. I forgot to mention. I sold TLT put spread. Where? 90, 87. It's getting to be attractive again to do that, right? Uh, Not much else to say. One thing I would say before I go, for those that want to take a look at the CPI closely, you can into the component of the CPI. That's what hurt the market yesterday in every way. Every part of the market, whether in commodities, bonds, uh, and equity. I think the only thing that went up was the dollar. Let me check real quick the dollar. DXY, for those that don't know, that's how you check the dollar. Okay, yes, I was right. The dollar went up the last couple of days. It's getting to be problematic. Okay, for those that haven't paid attention, I watched the dollar, but no doubt, as you can see, at um, at the end of the year, we were looking good. Now it's starting to be problematic. Okay, this is not what you want to see. You do not want to see the dollar regaining strength into this. Okay, we don't need the dollar to be anywhere near 52-week high, which is still bad. It's not as bad as, of course, 2 years ago. Those that follow me 2 years ago, right? That was ugly. But let's stay here. Let's stay here. Once you start to break into the 52-week high and beyond, you are going to start to hear company talk about, you know, their earnings and revenue getting hurt by the strong dollar. We do not need this. Okay, this is not what the economy need. Is the strong dollar, because the earning is already on the weak end for those that pay attention to earning, with the exception of many. Well, uh, with the exception of a few that guide higher, a lot of company also guided lower, and they don't need the strong dollar to make the number even worse in the next quarter. Okay, especially the multinational company like Coke and Pepsi, right? They guided down. That's why their company stock get beat up, and We don't need that. We don't need to see the strong dollar, right? So let's jump into other commodity. USO. Patient is paying. It's getting close. It's getting very close. Okay, I am waiting patiently. In fact, I'm gonna leave that trigger in there. But I anything. In fact, I'm gonna revise this down. No, let's just leave it. Just leave it the way it is. Okay, I'm watching it anyway. But I think once it crossed 73, above 73, I think there will be a spot to start to look for a put spread. The put spread I want to sell or to go out at least 3 weeks, more like 4 weeks or 5 weeks. But if I can do a 74, it's going to be a 74.70. It's going to be a $4 spread. Okay, so that's my take. Of course, gold came down. I had my order in at 182. I had a long-standing order at the 200 MA for a long time. Okay, it was there. It's far back. It's one. When it was 181 before it. The last time it got there was here. So it's been a long. You'd be surprised how TA will come in and show you where the computers and big institutions and traders came in to support. It's not a random spot. This is the kind of thing where those that ignore TA should learn the lesson that even if you're long-term investors, right? This is the kind of thing that you should pay attention to in order to come in at the right time. Timing does matter. Entry point does matter. To ignore this thing and DCA into, for those that don't know, DCA is a very common term used by a lot of long-term investors. Dollar cost averaging. Good God, help yourself. If you have opportunity to trade instead of DCA, it's a better way. Okay, right there. See, look, it came right down to support gold. Sure, my order is still sit at 182.5, but my goodness, okay, that would be a good spot there. Needless to say, GDX, same thing, coming down. Unfortunately, right? Painful if you have GDX, but it is what it is. You can't expect GLD to come down that hard and not hurt GDX. Okay, so yes, my portfolio took a beating yesterday. Okay, it is what it is. I'm not concerned about that, right? It does sting, but that's part of the game. All right, let's go on to the big indices. Now, I cover my DIA. Why? It came down to support, right? Sure, I shorted up here, back here, right? For those that pay attention, I shorted when it started to get to this point here at 383-ish, and that was where my short was. Okay, 383, 370 something. I can't remember what my exact bear spread was, but yeah, I closed. That was the right decision. Keep in mind, bear spreads or buying outright puts, for those that like to trade options on the bear side, the way I do it, I can't advise other people on how they trade. For those that follow me now for the past 2 months, as I have been more active in the bear spread, I sell them often at least 3 weeks out to as far as 5 weeks, and I close them early when I see a dip into a level of support. I don't sit there and say, well, I still got 3 more weeks to go. I'm gonna let it ride. No, I close them out and then I reload them, right? So for now, Dia is done for me as far as being a short. Does not mean that I'm gonna think that it's up and away and the bull market is back. No, I wait for it to come back to the 385, 386 level and re-short. Okay, it is that simple. SPY, it got there 1 day ahead of my shorting. Oh, I was so close. I was last week. I was watching it, right? For those that are with me, yes, we talk about this. We talk about this for weeks and weeks. I'm not shorting yet. So close, so close. I was 1 day away from being able to put on that bear spread I wanted, and it did this. Well, look like it's gonna bounce a little bit, but no. Okay, no. But now that it did this, I'm gonna watch for potentially filling the gap and then give up, right? It is, I think, more attractive now as a short play than this. Okay, we got there. Okay, we got there. So the gap fill might be a spot to short. QQQ. Look, came down to support, right? Not a surprise. Look at that. Look at that. Came right down to the 20 MA and bounce, right? TA for the winning. Buyer came in. Does that mean that buyer is going to be rewarded? Same thing here with the SPY. I'm going to watch the gap fill to see how it behaves. If the gap fill happen and there is a rejection at the gap fill, that might be the starting spot to go bearish on the QQQ, because that might signal that people that was holding all this way is saying, enough. I miss selling up here. If it get back up there, I'm gonna get out. All right, so if that's the mentality that we have, then there might be some pressure of profit taking at the 435-ish range, right? So we'll see. Wait and see. Okay, be patient. Be patient. There might be a chance to do a bear spread at 436, 430 kind of play, right? That's like, once again, tight range on the QQQ. Uber just announced a big buyback. Look at that. Uber came right down into support, and now it's gonna bounce because of the big announced buyback. Okay, I like Uber. I like Uber. I traded Uber on the last earning and made money, and I exit Uber on this crazy pump. But look like it's gonna have a chance to get back to the 52-week high with the big buyback announcement. All right, let's talk about the FANG. Microsoft, I bought at support a little bit. I got more orders all the way down to 385 down here. I didn't buy a lot, okay? I bought some because I was being disciplined at support. Microsoft is still in my top 3 favorite big tech stock to own. So yeah, I bought. Nothing else to say there. I was watching Meta as well, but Meta, it didn't come down. I have ordered in. Okay, for those that follow me, I talk about the gap up, right? So I had ordered in originally at 460 all the way down to 453. So I bought, and right now my highest order there is 453. I have 453, and yesterday it came down to 455, so it didn't come down enough. I thought about entering in an order at 455, but it would have mattered because it still would not have bought. But that's fine. No need to chase it. Okay, no need to chase it. I think for those that did not buy any in the past 2 weeks, I think there will be a chance for you to buy at 453. Okay, Apple. I of course I bought on the earning crash, right? And then I trim. Um, where would I trim more? Well, if we get back to 188, 190, yeah, absolutely. I had more order in to trim all the way to, of course, 196, but I think that's asking a lot. What would be the reason for Apple to get back to 52-week high? What is a catalyst? I don't know what that is, okay? But for me, um, 188, 190, trim, 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 trim. Nothing else to say, okay? Amazon, I don't have any, none, and look, Amazon. You see this? The low of the gap up, it dipped below, but then it bounced right above that, right? So once again, if you're using the same strategy that you did, then you buy. Okay, you still got shares for 5 days. 5 days out of the last 8 days, you had a chance to buy lower than the people that FOMO into the gap up high, or the people that bought up here, right? So use the same strategy. I will keep reminding people that the strategy does work. If you want to get in on the gap up and not overpay, you're still overpaying, but not uh, silly overpaying. Tesla, oh, Tesla. Well, it's back into that range of support, right? So yeah, it's gonna be a battle. But look at the 20 MA crashing. My goodness, that is a steep decline. This is, if you look at the angle of decline here, it's much steeper than this, right? So yeah, it's not, it does not look good. Okay, as always, the more you test a level of support, the more likely it will fail sooner or later. That's all I'm saying, right? So just look. Number see this? You see this? Bang. Okay, so be careful. Okay, I don't have no skin in the game here. I have no, for the first time in a long time, I have no puts, no put spread, no bull put spread, no bear put spread, nothing, no share, nothing. So I have no skin in this game. But be careful for those that are bullish or bearish. Either way, I think it's a tough stock to trade. Netflix, right? It's one of those few occasions when you see a gap up and go, right? But now it's consolidating. Okay, so this is not a bad thing. It's expected. All right, it's either gap up and consolidate and go, gap up and go, and then consolidate. So if you want to buy Netflix, the 20 MA, I might. Okay, I like Netflix. I think the fundamental is gonna support it, right? They're gonna have good numbers, and so for me, I'm gonna put in an order at 541 down to 537. Okay, the low of the gap up. Okay, so for me, using the 20 MA all the way down to the gap low of 537 would be a spot to re-enter into Netflix. Yeah, down here, put spread, yes, 495. That might be another one if there's enough juice, because then you have multiple level of support, right? You got 3 level of support. You got the gap fill. Well, the gap fill, you have 3 level. You got the 20 MA, you got the 50. Yeah, you get a whole bunch of level of support there. Did I talk about Google already? Not yet. Well, it came down to the 20 MA, tested. Would I buy back Google at 140? Well, buy back some of the stuff that I trimmed. Yes, I trim, of course. If you didn't trim up here at above 150, you're crazy. I like Google and Meta and Microsoft, but would I buy at 137 to 140? Yes, I would add right there in that zone. Okay, can I see Google come down that level? Yeah. If we see a 5% correction in the QQQ, would it come down and test the 200? Yeah. Why not? Why not, right? For sure. If there's a 5% correction in the QQQ, all right, let's move on to drug. Eli Lilly, oh, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. I still have a few shares left. Yes, I am that greedy. Where are they? Setting up. Right now, I don't have a sell order on them. I'm watching. Okay, I'm watching. If I see 450, 750, I mean, yeah, they are going out the door at 750. Otherwise, I'm raising my stop. All right, right now, I think currently my stop is like 710, which is something crazy. But I probably will raise it to the 720 range. You know, using the low right here. Okay, I might raise it to say 726.45 and then be out. Okay, there is greedy and then there's a level of stupidity, which I try not to do. AbbVie consolidating after this breakout. Where would I buy? 167.7. Okay, using the 20 MA. Look, the 20 MA support here. Now that we're moving into new territory, the 166, 167 is the area that I would love to come in hard. In fact, I wouldn't mind selling a naked put at 166 because I do believe that this is a new level here for FV. JSK, similar kind of move where you have a breakout and then you have consolidating here, and then yeah, would I buy at 40? Absolutely. Would I sell a naked put at 39? Absolutely. All right, absolutely. I think that's one of the easy calls to make right here is a naked put at 39. I don't mind buying back at all 100 shares as I let go 100 shares in this zone up here between 40 and 39. So I will gladly buy it back at 39, all of it. I like JSK. On record to say that, right? How about, oh, of course, Vertex. I still like it. You have a nice gap and go. This is a nice gap and go. Okay, you don't see this kind of move where it gap up into a resistance and absorb all of that profit taking and go. Impressive. And then now you have the consolidation, the give back, the check back, but I have more order in at 410, 413, which I bought yesterday. Did I bought yesterday? I'm looking to sell, of course, put spread at below 400. Okay, so I like Vertex. I'm on record to say I like Vertex. If you had CRISPR, I was kind of screaming the last 2 days to get out, right? So if you still have some, get out, okay? You're getting another gift right here at 74 pre-market, right? So do yourself solid. It's time to go, okay? If you're buying back ARGX on the 20 MA, not a bad idea, okay? Not a bad idea. For those that follow us, right? We trim. That was the right thing. We trim. That was the right thing to do. right? Trim at the 50, buy at the 20. Um, you can, if you can do that, but to me, it's gonna be a squeeze into this because you have the 50 coming down, you have the 20 going sideways, so there's gonna be a squeeze. So you're gonna see potentially a sideways movement until the 50 come down to say below 390 into the 380 range. There's gonna be a squeeze, and it could be a breakdown, which mean we can buy a whole lot more at 360 to 327, and then we're gonna look for another pop, right? So for me, I have a very small position right now, very small, and I'm gonna be patient, waiting for this to show me if it can hold, and I'm more likely to think that there's, to me, right now the upside is not as attractive as it was say a month ago. Okay, a month ago, yeah, the upside was huge. You can run, and it did, right? It did. A month ago, it was a no-brainer to buy here. But now, the upside is coming down, so be careful. Okay, there will be renewed interest on my part on that. Alnilam, I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy yesterday, but I could not because I do have a naked put at 160. I'm ready and willing to buy 100 share here, right? So I have no problem for Alnilam to go sideways to be below 165 for the next 2 days. February 16th, I will go in and buy more share if it stay above 160. If my naked put survive, I will buy share here at this price, 163 all day long. I will add 10, 20 shares. Okay, right now I have 10, just 10 shares, which because of the naked puts, right? I couldn't do any more, and yeah, but I it is in that zone to buy. Okay, I like it. Um, the rest of the risky biotech play, CRISPR, I bought yesterday below 27. Yeah, I had ordered in that long-standing order. So yeah, see, it went down below 27. I had to order in at 27.5, and I bought twice yesterday. In fact, I am at the heaviest uh, holding right now on Rocket because I bought here, right? I bought here, and I have ordered in every time it dipped below 28 into the 27.5, I bought. So same thing, I reload. I have ordered down all the way down to 26, but we'll see. I will keep on adding. Okay. XBI, I close my short. Why? Because of this, the support, right? That was one of the quickest bear short spread I closed. I sold up here the day before when it breached 92. That was a no-brainer, right? 92. My spread was 92.86. So guess what? When it come down, time to close. It is that quick. Even though I sold the spread 3 weeks out, I took the profit, right? So here we go again. On the let's see, what else can we talk about? Of course, we can talk about healthcare, right? So let's talk about Humana. Consolidating, nothing wrong there. Nothing to see, right? Nothing to see. Nothing to do there. UNH, nothing to do here, right? ELV, a whole lot of room to run further, right? Trust me, you are in that rare air here with ELV. If you have it, pick your champion leg around the track, but it's time to go. Speaking of that DGX I did trim, right? I bought down here 125, I trimmed into 130, and would I buy back at 125? Yes. I had naked put at 120 as well, which is expiring. That's why I did not want to add any more. But now that the naked put will expire, would I buy more at 125? The answer is yes. I will rebuy what I trim at 125. But if it continue to run up, would I trim at 132.5 and then 133? Yes, the answer is yes, I would. Okay. It would be nice to get back to C140 again, but for now, the next two area of trim, since I already trimmed once at 130, is of course 132.5 and 134. That's where my two order is to trim DGX. Since we talked about oil earlier, let's talk about XOM. I still have my trim order in. It's sitting there at 106, okay? So nothing to do there. Every time I get to 152.5, I trim, and then of course I trim, and then yeah, more trim order up there at 155, okay? LNG, energy, I've been bearish on gas for a long time, and I can't say anything good there. LNG, no. Chesapeake, no. But if you want to buy into the zone, you can. Not me. CTRA, okay, it's just ugly. How about is UNG? No, no, that's not it. Pepsi. Let's talk about a little bit of staple, right? Ugly. But look, it fell back into support, right? So for those that wanted to Pepsi yesterday, that was the day. Now for me, I'm looking more in the 160 down here, okay, below 160. To me, the 100 MA is not enough, even though 3 days in a row you have it testing, right? You know what I say, the more you test something, the more likely it will break. So for me, it could break, and if it breaks, you can see 164 and below, right? So for me, I don't like the backdrop of what's going on with the stronger dollar and guide it down. That's the bad combo right there for multinational corporation. You got the strong dollar potentially hurting. Okay, same thing with Coke. I'm out completely. There's no reason. Coke is riding the channel high with deteriorating fundamental. So no, you do not want to be in here. If you want to buy, for me to buy Coke, okay, at the highest would be the 100 MA. But I'm more likely to sell a put at the gap fill here at 54, lining up with the channel low. That's a no-brainer, okay? To me, it's a no-brainer to do that than to buy it up here. McDonald's. I did buy a little bit into this dip here, into the 282. Yeah. Would I trim into 292? Maybe, but I'm okay. I'm okay. This is a very small position, okay? I mean, for those that know me, I trim. I trim all the way, and this don't move. So this is a small re-entry, and I don't mind re-entry into the 100 MA. Okay, if the market continues to correct, yeah. But for now, nothing to worry. Okay, BTC, nice move. Wow, wow. Okay, wow. That's all I gotta say. Wow. Oh boy, we did it. Break out into 52. nice. And once again, for those that follow me, I talk about 52 is the next level of resistance, and now we're there, right? And then, okay, it's not rocket science, okay? We got there. Look, I'm gonna draw in the zone for you. I try not to make my chart too messy because you know how some people already commented that there's too many lines on the chart, too busy. There you go, right? Break that. We got there. And then next up could be rare air. Okay, rare air. Next up could be the 60, right? So to me, yes, it got there. And yes, it's stalling right here, which is not a surprise. Okay, we know it. We saw it. We talked about it. I did. So now what? Well, it might stall out up here for a little bit, and then we can go. We can go to 60, new high. But yeah, nothing to complain there about BTC, about Ethereum. Same thing, right? I'm 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 looking to trim more Ethereum. Of course, my Ethereum position is ETHE. All my Ethereum that I have had been rotated into BTC. Uh, I had, I think, 4 or 5 Ethereum that I rotate into BTC on the last dip that we had uh, recently on BTC last year. So yeah, I don't have any Ethereum. I have ETHE, which is the grayscale. And would I trim into 23? Yeah, if you get anywhere near 23, I trim more. Okay. Before I go, VIX. Yeah, VIX was dancing on a low for a long time, and yesterday, why just don't have the patience to do this. It just didn't work for me. Well, the right word is not have the patience, but I tried to play the VIX to make money on the protection, and it just did not work. I tried like 3 times or 4 times, I think, and net it was a very small loss. But I kind of look like we have a green shoot today in the market. Is there anything else I need to talk about? Um, I think I covered everything I need to cover, right? I think so. But as always, if there's anything you want to talk specifically on any stocks, you can ask me, and I will do it on the next live stream or do a special one just for you. Otherwise, have a good day. Look like we're gonna have some kind of bounce today. Be careful. Don't chase anything, right? This is not the market to chase anything. Not. It's not all is well. All is not well. Okay. Let me make it very clear. All is not well. Trade light